we talked about this in your opponent as well. Obviously, Joshua Burkman, he's predominantly been a welterweight most of his career. His last fight was his first fight at lightweight against KJ Noons. Do you think this is what we've talked about before? The lack of the IV. Is this the start of there's been a lot of guys sort of trading weight classes. Do you feel this is the start of it? And especially with the new restrictions on fight week, are we going to see a lot more guys, especially this year after these restrictions being implemented, going to be changing up weight classes?
Yeah, I do. I really think there's going to be a bunch of guys that are going to have to jump ship on the weight classes they're in because, first of all, guys that were cheating with steroids can't now because of USADA. Then on top of that, you can't do your humongous weight cut and then try to recover with IVs. That's gone. And now they want you at a certain percentage showing up. I mean, it seems like guys were, okay, no IV, I can do it. But no IV, no way of really doing steroids or any kind of, other performance-enhancing drugs. No weight cut drugs that you used to be able to kind of slip under the table and do certain diuretics. All that stuff gets caught now. So, I mean, if you're coming in 25 pounds, 30 pounds the week up, you're just not going to be able to do that weight class anymore. So, yeah, interestingly enough, Josh picked an interesting time to drop to lightweight. But, maybe it was something he knew in his career that maybe he wasn't the biggest welterweight. Maybe he felt he was outsized in that weight class and had to make a move to keep his career going. So, he made it the last time. So I have confidence that, he's a professional. Josh is a veteran. I think he'll make the weight. I just think he'll possibly struggle a little more than myself.
Do you think, for yourself now personally, I know you're a guy, like myself, you like to eat a bit of, burgers and stuff on your downtime when you're not in camp and you're not training. Do you think it's going to be for a lot of fighters, it's going to have to, be basically a lifestyle change to stay at the weight, like in regards to your nutrition, just generally stay healthier?
Yeah, and that's something I was even just talking to my girlfriend about. I said, I think moving forward for the next fights and whatever happens, I think I'm going to try to be a little more controlled. I'm getting a little older too, so I can't do 2 months straight where I'm eating nothing but cheeseburgers and French fries and drinking beer and then drop 35 pounds to make lightweight. Yeah. It's just it's not good for my body. It's not good for my brain. I think I'm going to just start doing some cheat days throughout the week when I'm out of camp. I'll have two days here and there where I know that's the day that I'm allowed to go and have some beers and have a burger, and then the rest of the time, cook for myself, eat clean, eat a lot of vegetables and fish, and I think that'll keep my weight manageable. I think that'll keep me around 80, instead of me getting up to the touching the 90s.
Enough of the weight talk. Because it's obviously this week is going to be tough for you. Obviously, with any fighter, it is getting down to weight. But I believe we talked a little bit off air there. You're down now. This camp, you haven't gone down to the ranch with Cowboy and the guys in the NBA French. You stayed up at home. You've been working down in Ricardo Almeida's with Mark Henry, Eddie Alvarez, Nick Catone's gym as well. Why the change? Why the transition?
It really has nothing to do with, people are like, I've had a few people think that I don't, train or I'm not friends with Cowboy and them anymore. And that's completely not the case. It's just, sometimes it makes sense for me to go out there and it's convenient. And, it's even more convenient for me to go out there kind of on my downtime as opposed to when I'm in camp, because, our lifestyles are different. He knows that. I know that. I'm a mental head case, and I have to be on a schedule and train 3 times a day. And he likes to go to the lake and take his weekends off. And it's all how you approach training, and neither way is wrong. But for me, I'll probably go out there, after this fight and hang out with him and train with him. It's more fun and beneficial for me to do that than it is for me to spend time away from my family for 8 weeks. My daughter's 1 now. She's getting old enough to know that I'm not there or I'm there. So to have the Killers right around the corner from me in Jersey to train with, it just made sense for me to do most of my sparring there. I mean, these guys are right there, and there's like
Killers,
two to 10 guys in the UFC just floating around in there. It's amazing on any given day.
It is another reason. Obviously, we've the likes we mentioned there. Frankie Edgar, former UFC lightweight champion. We've Edson Barbosa, who you fought, which I find quite interesting. Have you been doing a lot of sparring with Edson as well?
Yeah, I did do a lot of sparring with Edson, especially
How
early
is that,
in the
Paul?
camp when he was. What's that?
How is that to spar with a guy that you've gone toe to toe with it not so long ago?
At first, I was, I know he's a nice guy, and I know he's a true professional, so I knew it wouldn't be, bad blood. But I was like, is it going to get heated if I catch him, or if he catches me with something? Are we going to get out of control? So the first day I was a little nervous going in, but it worked out. I mean, it's just we do go hard, me and him get yelled at by Mark Henry a little bit to tone it down. He always lets us know when we walk into the gym. If we have a few rounds scheduled together, he's like, remember, guys, people aren't paying to see you here. He's like, it's exciting, but no one's paying to watch you here.
Yeah.
They're paying to watch you at your fights. So, keep that in mind.
They don't call you 0 to 100 for nothing, Mr.
Yeah,
Felder.
Exactly.
Talk to me about Mark as well. We've had Mark on the show here in the past. A very animated guy, a really good coach. We've seen the improvements even in Edson, in his last fight.
Yeah, big time.
And we saw how good Frankie has been. He's put that real killer instinct into his game as well. What's it been like working with Mark? He's really probably one of the most underrated stand-up guys in the world as well, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. After being in the gym with him every week, he's a genius. I mean, the guy's obsessed with winning and with making these guys better fighters. And he really is intelligent and knows the game every which way, from takedowns to kickboxing to boxing. And moving forward, I'm hoping that eventually I can have him on board even more than he was for this fight. Obviously, he helps me when he can, and while I'm working with him, and he's there watching me spar everybody. But moving forward, I'd like to even try to get him more involved in the corner. But he's got so many guys like Frankie, Edson, Eddie, Corey Anderson. He was working with Chris Weidman. So for this fight, he won't be in Vegas with me, but I mean, he was there every day when I was sparring, and just the little bits of advice after every round and filming me spar and stuff. Man, I learned so much from that guy in the last 10 weeks that I've been working with him. He really is. Yeah. I mean, more people should be seeking this guy out. He's incredible.
Yeah, and I think I know I saw him in the corner with Corey a couple of weeks ago. I truly believe Corey won that fight. I don't know what the judges were looking at.
So do I.
Down in Brazil, it was pretty crazy. Nothing new, but that tends to happen down in Brazil quite a lot.
Right.
But Paul, we know how good your stand-up is. We saw different elements of your skills. We saw a lot more of your ground game, your grappling in the fight against Darren Cruikshank. Going down with the guys there as well. We've got like Eddie Alvarez, who's in your face, who he can go all, whereas he's a real grinder and he can strike as well. We've Edson Barbosa, we've Frankie Edgar, can do literally everything. For you, is it about showing more of that in this fight against Josh Burkman again? Showcasing those skills yet again, because I know you wanted to do that in the last fight against Darren.
Yeah.
And putting it together, really.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to show everybody that I'm not just a kickboxer. Obviously, I work on everything, especially, my main gym is a jiu-jitsu gym with Daniel and all the guys that I train with in Philly. And I did a lot of gi jiu-jitsu also for this training camp. Not that I'm going to come out and try to take a guy like Josh down, but also what I really think people will see is me get back more to my movement. And I talked a little bit about that when I fought Cruikshank, and I wanted to go even further with that in this training camp, and working with Mark and Nick and the guys up at their gyms. Those guys move non-freaking stopped. When I first got there, I was like, what the fuck? I can't even hit these dudes. Just like, let's go. And they were like, why, bro? Like, you need to move more. You need to not. So do you feel that's the less, biting on my mouth guard and stuff like that.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you feel, because, you even mentioned you have a temper, like your nickname 0 to 100 Felder in the gym. Do you feel as though you have to get away from that element, of the psychological game when you get angry and not stand in the pocket and want to exchange and maybe stick and move a little bit more?
I think I need to bottle it up and use it more is my problem. I think having that is what makes me the fighter I am.
Of course.
And I think it's what makes most badass champions and tough fighters. And the reason we're all in this sport is because we all have that to some degree. But I think what'll make me even better and move further along in my career is if I can take that frustration and then go, all right, I'll wait, and I'm going to get you back in a smarter way instead of putting my hands down. And I know people love that. So I think you're going to see me use that in a even more exciting way, because I'm going to take that energy and try to use it for the attack in an intelligent way. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop being angry or aggressive in my fighting style. I can't not do that. I just got to use it correctly.
You were looking for a ranked opponent, Paul. You know, we talked, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was before or after the Darren Cruikshank fight. And you said it was after the Darren Cruikshank fight, what am I saying? That you wanted someone ranked, possibly like Dustin Poirier, someone like that. Were you a little bit disappointed you got Joshua Burkman? Because I know you wanted someone ranked.
No, I wasn't, because I wanted that, but I know how the game works, and I know that, I had a chance with Edson, and then I lost another one. So I know that you gotta put in your time. You gotta put in the work. And I think if they gave me another guy that's similar to myself, that's tough, been around, he's got a million fights. A guy like Burkman is no step down, in my opinion, just because he doesn't have a number next to his name. The guy's been a champion in other organizations. He's been in and out of this organization. So I think if I can get past a guy like Burkman, it shows my experience and how I'm evolving.
You know what's going to happen in this Burkman fight. We know he's a hardy vet, as I mentioned there, but he struggled with sort of stand-up guys in the past. I know he came off a good win, obviously, against KJ Noons, but we look at the likes of the Patrick Code fight. Steve Carl, I think it was at WSOF, where he lost that welterweight world title fight. Do you think you have the perfect style to break him down?
Yeah, man, I think I do. I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think me and Josh might walk away with some bonuses, but I think he's going to try to kill me with every shot. And if that weight cut doesn't go really well for him, I have really pushed the pace for this fight and the cardio and the movement, and I am ready to go for 15 minutes. And we could do 15 minutes straight if we needed to. So I'm hoping that that's the secret for this fight, is just being able to push a pace, and we'll see. You know how I am. I'm never a prediction or anything like that. I just can only guarantee that, like always, I'm going to get in that cage and I'm going to bust my balls to get my hand raised, and then if I have to, I will gladly buy Josh a beer afterwards if we put on a good scrap.
Always the Felder attitude. I love it. That's why I think so many people love your fighting style, Paul. It's great to hear guys talking like that. So, a fight I'm really looking forward. Is this the start of a huge year and on the push for Paul Felder that I think a lot of people are expecting?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I got the win I needed early in the year, and took some time to figure some things out and find some training partners that I needed to really push me. And I feel ready. I feel strong. I feel fast, and I'm excited, man. This fight kind of just came up out of nowhere, because usually I don't have such a big break, and now it's like, oh crap, it's next week. So I can't wait to just make weight. Same as last fight. Like, I wanted to just get there, and again, I really want to take it all in. Like, I can't wait to be there in Vegas. I'm on the main card again, and I just want to walk out and just take it all in again, man. See that crowd, see that cage. And, I always remind myself before I walk out, it's like, you're fighting in the freaking UFC, man. I'm going to look back on this in 10 years from now and be like, you did what guys are dying to do. And I just want to remind myself every day I'm in Vegas this coming week that, just living the dream. And what it will be, what it will be.
Paul, was that one of the reasons? I know we look at the Barbosa fight, and then he took the Pearson fight very soon after that. I think it was, what was the turnaround, July, August, 2 months, I think it was. Now that you've had time and you've had that sort of 5-6 months off from the Cruikshank fight back in January, whatever it is, I can't even add anymore. Don't even ask me. But it's been a little bit longer than obviously those two fights. Has it been better for you to get perspective? Have you said there you've worked a few things out? Has that been crucial for you going into this fight, that you've been able to work out these things and basically get your head straight on where you want to be?
Yeah, it was. And, I'm still not against the right fight on short notice or anything like that. They have their ups and downs with advantages, but I do think that taking my time, having full camps, it's just the way I like to fight, because I'm just, like I said, I'm a mental nut when it comes to am I in shape, am I ready? And if I don't have a good 8 weeks, even though I might overtrain here and there, it just makes my weight cut a lot easier too. Like I'm at a good weight right now, and I'm still eating very well. So I figured my diet out. I've talked to different people about different styles of dieting and weight cutting.
Yeah.
And so I think every few months, 3 to 4 months is how I should do it, unless something big comes up on short notice. You know what I mean? If a top 10 guy falls out and they need me to jump in, that's an opportunity you just can't turn down.
Yeah, man, 100%. Just one last one for you. When are you going to be on Fox Sports doing some punditry? I believe you were commentating again last night for CFFC in New Jersey.
Yeah, I would love to try that and be just maybe a guest on there one time to show my chops and get my feet wet for one of the big networks with the UFC. That's definitely something I'd like to do.
Definitely
post UFC career, or even during my UFC career if I keep going. You know, but Cage Fury's also just been really good to me with that. Yeah. It's fun, and it's definitely teaching me how to do that kind of stuff, how to be live on camera and talk about these fights. It was a little hard last night just because, you know, even though I feel really good, I'm still a week out. I am cutting the calories and the food. So, you know, being at the Borgata in Atlantic City, walking around past the gelato ice cream and cupcakes and macaroons on the way into it's the first thing you see in the Borgata was rough.
Saturday night you'll be able to have some after the fight, Paul. You'll be able to pig out in Vegas. Go down to Ramsey Burger beside Planet Hollywood there. It's a good spot.
Yeah, you'll have to hit me up and tell me a few spots. It's been since last September that I was in Vegas, so I'm going to hit the town, that's for sure.
Paul, definitely looking forward to it, and say hello to your family for me. I'm glad to hear your dad is doing well as well. Obviously, we talked off air about that. So listen, man, I always do appreciate the time. Really looking forward to the fight, and I think the guys can find you on Twitter at Felder, Paul. So Paul, big pleasure. Looking forward to the fight again on Saturday. Thanks again for the time, my man.
Oh man, that was great. I love talking to you, brother.